I train myself too that I watch a lot of the TV shows and things like that. And I want to possibly go and try to be on Bravo TV or something like that. And I'm trying to get my speed up. But I'm excellent at sauteing, braising. I consider every aspect of the kitchen. I'm not afraid to try anything. Before I started going here, I never knew anything about like lentils and couscous. And those are things that I would apply to a lot of my dishes now because too, I like Caribbean style food. And chicken. They actually teach us how to do 5-star cooking here. And that's more or less what I want to apply. Growing up where I grew up, we didn't see that type of cooking. I'm talking about I want to serve sweet potatoes and okra and all that in a different type of manner, and I've learned it here. So if I can give it back to it like my ancestors or my family members cooked with a lot of lard and fat and stuff like that, and they showed us a whole nother different aspect of cooking it here. So I can present it to them the way they've been having it, but cooked in a different method. I actually changed my career from being a shipping manager to cooking. It's proven to myself. So otherwise, I would say that the accomplishment of being able to prove it to myself, because this is the career path I want to take, and I switched from a whole different career. Well, I actually work in a bar and grill right now, but it's fast-paced. And I didn't, at first when I started there, I'm not afraid of any type of challenge. Switching from shipping to cooking it's the same heat environment. It's hot in the shipping area because, you know, they don't have air conditioning. It's like that in most kitchens. Only thing I had to adjust to was the fast pace of tickets coming up, fast pace of people, like mobbing the restaurant at once and keeping up with the pace. If anything, the school opened my mind to, from the meeting of the staff. I'll say the staff, I like listening to people that know things that I don't know. So I will say the staff members here gave me more information than I knew before. And I had the pleasure of working with a lot of them, where they showed me things that I never thought I could do or anything like that. It's not I couldn't accomplish it, it's just I was never shown. And pretty much if that's the case, then I'll applaud the staff. And if I was like for a culinary degree, if I was structuring myself for a culinary degree, it showed me how to do a timeline with presenting the food to people, where everything's still hot, where I can cook 5 things at once and put them on a plate. I like cooking at home, so it wasn't even about that. I hadn't chosen a career for myself. And I can say, actually, I got led into shipping because of who my father was. So when I started that path, working at Butter Nut Bread, I was in the shipping department initially, led me to Toyota. So I came from a bread company to a car industry. It's pretty much the same inventory counts to this and that, this and that. I always had in the back of my mind I wanted to cook. But I more or less want to be an owner. Whereas, because I know, just like now, I work with people that aren't like me. They don't work as hard as me, anything like that. And I always said to myself I wasn't going to work for someone forever. My father was a regional personnel manager of 9 plants, and he showed me how to deal with people. Now, like right now, just to upstairs, we deal, I'm a little older than most of the students here, but we got a lot of 19-year-olds, 18-year-olds. They've never been in the back of a kitchen more or less as to a job, period. And a lot of them lose concentration or they get discouraged about what we do here. I kind of enjoy helping them, not teaching them, because I don't really think everybody needs to be taught. They just need a push. You know what I'm saying? They already know how to do it. They just don't have the confidence to do it. And I took that as well as in my shipping department. If somebody didn't understand how to do something, I stood there and I worked with them instead of just saying, here, just do this. And I think I'll be like that until the day I die. And actually, if I open a restaurant, I actually wanted to have me a back area where I could teach kids, inner city youth and stuff like that, because I do go in the hood to things like that. And a lot of the blacks, I am black, they don't have anything on their minds. I sit and I talk, it doesn't matter. I think the age range is from 23 down. They got not a clue. But then they're fascinated when they see me outside of these clothes and then they see me in these clothes. They got questions. And I think just like for myself, as a youth, I wasn't really steered anywhere to go as a career. And I chose one now. It's maybe later in my life, but I chose it now. When we were kids and stuff, like we didn't have the information like we did, they do now. And a lot of them, they take the computer as law. I'm like a on-hands experienced person. You gotta do it on the fly. You can't read and say you know how to do it. It doesn't happen like that. You know what I'm saying? There's people out there that think that, but it doesn't. My job closed down from the recession that started 4 or 5 years ago. What is 2011 now? President Obama had took over. Place I was working at, I was making good money, this and that, working a lot of hours. It closed. So ultimately, you gotta think at 36, 37 years old, you had a career, but it shut down and then there was no jobs anywhere. So what I did was I chased my dream. And this was my dream. So what I did was there were programs and stuff in place to get into schools and things like that. So I sat down and I put my head down and I chased my career. First time in my life. I can't say I wanted to do shipping forever, but I had been doing it for 20 years. And then to just switch, it's different. Because when people see me in this uniform, it demands a respect. It demands I wear my neckerchief, I press it. I press my suit. I see students here that don't press their stuff. I say something to them, a lot of them don't like it. But honor thy uniform. It's not about the uniform, it's the person in it. And we're being taught a craft. It doesn't matter if you're a soldier to whatever you are. Eventually, like I said, I want to do a chain. Maybe if it grows into a chain 20 years from now, that's fine. But I can initially start with one. I'm inspired by like Bobby Flay, Guy Ritchie. No, what's his name? Guy Fieri from Diners and Dives. I enjoy his show. And I also like the TV show like Chopped. I like competition, stuff like that. I would even do a competition at my restaurant. I would do something that gets people excited about food. Because we all got to eat to survive.
That's a wrap.